Alright, folks, welcome back to the Boys Green YouTube channel. It's time to, currently at deadline day, we're recording this. There's about 40 minutes to go, and so we thought we'd just make the podcast the day. We're also going to go through our Champions League draw, which took place on Thursday. Also, speak about the small matter of a Glasgow derby on Sunday, and hopefully have a few new signings to speak about, especially a certain Belgium. Alistair, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Welcome to the first Boys and Green Deadline Day.
I hope I've not got enough people yet, so it's not live. But anyway, we
Okay.
may as well start with the big news of or well the only signing we've had today. That is Austin Trusty, who's signed a 5-year deal from Sheffield United. Alistair, what's your overall feelings of this signing?
Well, he's a good age for a centre half. He's tall. He actually reminds me when you look at the video of him walking down the tunnel, he actually looks scary like Morris Jens.
Aye,
If you,
no,
if you, if you actually look at him,
um,
same
no, I've
number.
made I've made my him clear on the sign. I think it's a good signing. I think people look into um the whole um Sheffield United carry on last year. Sheffield United were going to go down if it was for Austin Trusty or not. So I, d- I judge players when they come to Celtic, not when they judge know what they've done previously. So if you look at who we call our best defender at the moment, Cameron Carter Vickers. He wasn't going doing it in England, and we know what happened there. So I'm trying to reserve judgment on our signing, who we're signing and stuff like that. But
There you go.
I just think it's a good signing. So on you go.
I'll say this to you, Josh. I think, see by the amount of players that promoted clubs buy, there's always excess baggage, and that's when clubs like Celtic need to swoop in. I mean,
Aye,
I mean, see, be honest, I Sheffield United were deplorable, but think how much defending they've had today. I mean, you
aye.
can only stem the tide so long. So I agree with you. I wouldn't judge him on Sheffield United, um, because you say they were a bit of a basket case
Um,
last
just,
year.
just about an update on Arne Engels. He's now at Celtic Park. There's a video on Twitter that
And
basically
I
shows
seen a picture of him.
him at Celtic Park. So I think that
Yeah,
might be done in the
perfect.
next 20 minutes or whatever.
Well, it better be
Um,
done in the next 40 minutes if I'm in trouble. It's
yeah,
20 past 10, so I think it will
aye.
be done.
Obviously as well, we link with Luke McCowan. I've got a bit on that as well. Raman Bajwa for STV says that Dundee have accepted a bid from Celtic for Luke McCowan. Fee is 1 million plus add-ons. Alistair, I want to get your opinion on Luke McCowan. We'll talk about Arne Engels in a minute because that's the big sign and whatever. What is your opinion on Luke McCowan? 'Cause it's a mixed one. Obviously, there's rumours of Wata was going the other way. I don't know what's happened with that. Apparently, it
He's
looked
going
set to
to
sign.
Birmingham apparently.
Aye, so what is your opinion on that with Luke McCowan?
Well, all I'll say is, Josh, and I'm older than you. Barry Robson, Aaron Moy, they can't all be 23, 24, both for a lot of money. To me, it's a no-brainer, especially the way he started the season. And to expect him to pull up trees, but it's £1 million. I mean, it's a gamble.
And
But
people are talking about the age. He's 27. That's not an old age. What is this thing? I think it's we wanted that third midfielder. Maybe it isn't the most glamorous signings or
it's never going to be.
um glamorous of signings, but we've got a third midfielder. He's going to add depth to that position. He knows the league. He knows what he's doing.
Take
He's been good.
penalties.
He takes penalties. He's been good for Dundee. So I don't, I'm nowhere near against the signing. I think he'll
And
be a decent player.
And I
Um,
know this isn't the be all and end all, but as a Celtic supporter,
Aye.
he
But
doesn't have it for him.
I'm perfectly fine with the signing. Obviously, we've covered obviously Trusty. We've not really covered Alex Bally. What do you make of that as well? Because obviously we brought him in for Barcelona on loan till the end of the
Well,
season. What do you make about that?
it's it's this it's of all the signings, Josh, he's the one I can tell you next to nothing about. And
Aye, only
that doesn't mean to say he's going to be a bad player. I mean, you don't know, you're known that academy for all that time if you're a bad player. Just
aye.
aren't.
No, you know, and that's a good point. Um, we've wanted a left back probably ever since Tierney left. You know, Greg
Scratching
Taylor's
around.
um, Greg Taylor's got his criticism. I don't know because Rogers actually addressed that in his press conference today about criticism of Greg Taylor. I think it is getting a bit out of hand now. I think some of it is merited, but I think he's becoming a scapegoat at times. I think now Greg Taylor for things that isn't even his fault. Now, I'm not saying Greg Taylor's world class, but I think Greg Taylor's done a decent job for us. I think he started the season really well again this season. For me, but I think Alex Bally not there to take his place. I think he's there to just kind of give him competition. That's what he's needing. That'll probably excel him because he knows he's under pressure to perform now.
Oh, I'll be honest with you, Josh. I hope that the Barcelona boy does take his place because it means we've signed a good player.
Aye, aye, and people like we go this with the strikers, or he just coming in, so that means Kyogo's not playing. See the amount of games that Celtic play now, you don't get second choice in a
No,
position. You get players who are going to come in and contribute. Luke McCowan will plays part, Bernardo plays part in that midfield. You're not going to play McGregor. Well, I assume it's going to be McGregor, Engels, sorry, and Hatate. But you're not going to play Hatate, McGregor, and Engels every single game. So
no.
that is why we're bringing in Bernardo and we brought in Luke McCowan. Now, for me, that's good enough for the midfield. The midfield, that's fine for me. I think there's enough depth there to bring in. And you look at the strikers. We may as well go over, the positions we've got in the team. You know, goalkeeper, Schmeichel and Sinisal. Bain's there, just doing what Bain
Yeah.
does. So there you go. That's fine. Left back, we've got Bally and Taylor. That's fine by me. Centre half, you've got Trusty now, Cameron Carter Vickers, Scales, and
And
Welsh.
I don't think the Rockies left, has he?
So you've still
No,
got
they
the
were.
Rocky there.
Yeah.
But there's three centre halves and call me harsh and well, but I just don't. It doesn't cut it for me. Scales I can give a bit. I don't mind Scales in the league. But you've got three centre halves potentially if Trusty works out, which I think hopefully it does. Right back you've got Johnston and Ralston, perfectly fine there. In the midfield you've got Bernardo, Mattarelli. No, I'm still no over
Just
Mattarelli
let
by the way.
no
Still no
over.
over him, man. Where you've got if we can get Luke McCowan over the line, you've got Hatate, McGregor, Engels, McCowan, and Bernardo, and obviously McGregor. So if you can get that, that's a good midfield. Alistair, I know probably McGowan will be our last one. That's
Well, remember when you and Nathan, you both asked us, you said, how many do you think we'll get in? And I said 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whenever we done the last podcast, I said we'd get four before the deadline. We're getting four. So, and I don't think we should underestimate the amount of dead wood we've got rid of, and that might sound harsh, but let's be honest, it's absolutely true.
um. Well, we may as well because a winger like we've got a lot of wingers, man. So I don't really think a winger. It would have been nice, but I don't think it was a priority.
It
Um,
wasn't
and
a priority.
so We may as well. You talked there about outgoings. We may as well talk a bit about outgoings. Obviously, Mikey Johnson has left to go to West Bromwich Albion, a £3 million deal. Obviously, um a lot
Praise the
spent
Lord.
spent time there on loan. Alistair, you know what? I know we say that Mikey Johnson was poor. I didn't think he was a great player, but
It was
it's a
poor.
shame, because I think it was there. I think the talent was there with Mikey Johnson for me. At times, you look at when Brendan Frost brought him into squad, he had a wee kind of bit under Lennon during the 1920 season. Then he got that injury, so I know he's not maybe made the best part, but I think he struggled with the pressure to play for Celtic. I think Mikey Johnson, and I think the injuries haven't helped him as well. But Alistair,
What
what would you kind of sum up with the Mikey Johnson?
um I think the talent gets you so far.
Aye,
I think they were an attitude problem, to be honest with you. And 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 to be honest, is is it was just time. I mean, people were saying I was fed up giving Mikey Johnson another chance. He'd more chances than cats have got wives. To be fair,
aye.
he's been in the first team since 2018.
Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers. I think it was against St Johnstone last season at McDermott Park. For me, was a really, really telling sign with Mikey Johnson. He basically came out and lambasted him in a Brendan Rodgers type fashion, where he said, "Talent, as you said, there, Alice, that you need more than talent." And I think that's what we've seen with players like Bossum Lawal as well. He's built like that. You have got the talent, but you need more to play for Celtic Football Club.
It's a
And
mentality thing.
I think the mentality, and I don't think Mikey Johnson had that. I think he had the talent. I think for me, Mikey Johnson tried one too many flicks at times, and I think it's the best for Mikey Johnson to move on because he should have been moved on years ago, in my opinion. I think it was never ever going to work at Celtic. I thought he would get moved on. Remember, he went that loan to Portugal. I thought he would have get moved on then, but he seems to have been able to stay. And I don't know, because there's some fans who genuinely see something I just don't. I never really have.
If
I've
it's
never been
straight
like
to
that. Right?
life,
He can.
if
Well,
it's straight to life to me, I'd have
look,
been straight to
there's
life.
players. I think there's a difference between frustration for me, because you look at players like Luis Palma. He frustrates because I know he has got the talent in there. The problem with Johnson, I just never seen it. I really never seen it, and it was not. It was mere annoyance with Mikey Johnson for me. It just
And it,
annoyed me.
and it was is uh we could be breaking news here because Luke Shanley's just went on Sky, so I think it must be about Luke McGowan. But I will go back and check. But as I say, you were saying about Mikey Johnson. Yeah, it was just time to let him out his misery. To be fair, I genuinely believe that, and
Aye,
and we just have to say thanks, Mikey, but it's time to move on. It should have been a while ago. His Celtic career died that night at McDermott Park, when we've all seen the meme when it, Lennon told him, if you're injured, tell me and we'll get you off. 2 minutes later, I'm fine, and he
aye.
falls down. That was his. That was his
That was
Celtic.
in the infamous Lennon F off moment. I thought you were
Yeah, it
referring to.
was. Yeah, yeah. But I don't wish the boy any ill will. But I I won't cry over getting £3 million for a guy that I don't particularly rate. Sorry, if that's harsh, I'm
Aye.
sorry, but that's
Um,
what I think.
no, I think you're 100% correct here. I think there became a point with Mikey Johnson where it was just it was never going to work. And that time was probably 2 3 years ago. For being
Yeah, I know,
honest,
I know.
we thought about this young Mikey Johnson. He's 26.
Yeah,
Right, that's not young. See, for a club person at Celtic, somebody who's 20. Look at Engels, right? Is he 20 Engels? 20, I
20,
think.
yeah, 20.
I would even
And,
go as far as saying, seeing you turn 20, you should be trying to make a break in the Celtic team. Because if you want to step up for Celtic, right, you should be doing it like Mattarella done when he was 20. I think he was 21 when we signed him. He
yeah, and
a few years.
we've had him for 3.5 years. He's now 23 and he's at
Aye.
Brighton.
So
He's
I
at,
don't really get this whole young Mikey Johnson thing. I never really have understood it myself. Um, I, in terms of signings, obviously we've actually let what like Deadwood go, Daniel Kelly left, Rocco Vata left, which is just more a shame again because the club I'm no buying at the club when they offer them a good enough package. They were offering a good enough package for what they were contributing, right? And they've pissed that up the wall to go to Millwall and
Millwall and Watford.
Watford. Now, no disrespect for the clubs that come on, but anyway, they're out the door. Kobayashi's away to Portimonense in Portugal on a permanent deal. Lagerbielke's away to 20 in Holland on a loan deal till the end of the season. Have I missed anything? O's obviously away earlier in the window, but that's earlier. Well, for now, unless hopefully somebody's signing in the next half hour, I'll start to get a bit worried.
Now, two of
Um,
them, and two of them.
but um, we may as well talk a bit about obviously Champions League draw on Thursday. Obviously our opponents are along the bottom of the screen. Will play RB Leipzig at home and away day to Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park. Club Bruges at home, Atalanta away, Dinamo Zagreb away. Who was that other one again? Young Boys at home, and
And Club
Ast-
Bridge.
no, Club Bridge was the pot two team. Aston Villa at, away, and Slovan Bratislava at home. Alistair,
Uh,
what do you make of your draw? For me, it's as easy as you're going to get in terms of a Champions League draw. I know it's not easy, and I think people need to kind of wear it in a bit. Celtic should be getting into the next round with that group, please. And at first, it was like just compete. We need to be getting the next round. That's no excuse for me.
yeah, definitely. We definitely should be aiming for the top 24, and we should we should hopefully have the the home games are no easy games, but they're easier games if that makes sense, Josh.
Aye,
And I don't. You better handpick them home games. Let's no be real. That's not to say they're going to be cakewalks or anything like
aye,
that. But
Uh,
if
aye,
you give me them instead of Real Madrid, Man City, Arsenal, the away
aye.
games are slightly harder, but it's never going to come down to the away games for Celtic.
No, well, we may as well go over the. I'll kind of deep dives near the time about the teams are facing. Rasenball Leipzig, they don't really need any
No, we
introduction of
played them.
German team. They've no got Danny Olmo anymore. Still got Xavi Simons, Benjamin Sheshko, players like that. We'll play them at home. Dortmund, last season's finalists, they'll play them at Signal Iduna Park. I'm kind of annoyed it's not at home, but anyway.
Yeah,
Um, but
never got over that either, Josh, to be fair.
um,
Because
I
we
just think
both thought it was at home.
it'd be a good atmosphere at home. But anyway,
Yeah,
Dortmund, get under a bit of rebuild to be honest. After Edin Terzic's left last season, Nuri Shaheen is now the new manager. They've signed some players. Marco Royce obviously left. Matt Hummels left. Signed Serge Gnabry from Stuttgart. Won the first game against Frankfurt last weekend. Dortmund or Dortmund, really. That's not really much to kind of say, but obviously the last year's finalists. Club Bruges. Now, this is the team for me that I don't think we should be taking as lightly because Club Bruges for years, and I don't know, Alistair, I don't know what it was like in 2000s with like Bruges, but like Club Bruges for me seem to always just be able to get get something in Europe, know how to get results in Europe, and that's priceless. So we need to be. I think for me, we need to watch with Club
Well,
Brugge.
well, it's Belgium football, isn't it? So you need to respect it. I
Aye,
mean, I mean, for the last, I mean, I don't think Bruges are a great side, but I don't think we should be disrespectful, but I don't think we should be fearing them either. If that makes sense.
no, I don't
I
think we should be fearing any team here.
I think, to be honest, Josh, Club Brugge will probably be out the three winnable games. Club Brugge is the one. If we win that, I'll be very confident of at least 9 points.
Um, aye. You've also then you've got Atalanta. They're another team for me. That's going to be a really difficult game in Bergamo. I think Gasperini. With the obviously Europa League winners, players like Lutman, have obviously
But
been
what
quite
I will
ironic.
say, Josh, away at home, Atalanta will need to come forward. Had it been at Celtic Park, Atalanta strike me as a good counter-attacking side.
Aye,
Uh,
Gasperini counter attacks a lot.
and so being away from home against counter-attack sides might be okay because we don't have
Aye,
to face away games if that makes sense. We
aye.
can
Well,
start in.
Gasperini. Like he is very good. Like, he knows European football. I think he's for me really underrated as a manager. I think he could get into a top job, but I think he's done a fantastic job at Atalanta. Obviously, absolutely destroyed by Leverkusen last year in that Europa League final. So going to be a difficult game. Young boys, obviously from Switzerland, they come through the qualifiers, beating Galatasaray. To book their place in the Champions League. Then you've got Dinamo Zagreb as
That's
well.
the one. That's the one. If we're going to get a result away from home,
Aye,
that's the one.
aye, that's the one for me. I think Dinamo Zagreb, really good side as well, but a side I would expect Celtic to be competing with. Quite similar in terms of what they can attract and kind of they've a decent side. A lot of like former Croatia internationals and Croatian internationals at the moment. Petrovic who plays for him. He's plays for Croatia. So there's teams I think, but I would expect Celtic to be competing and try and get a result out of those away games.
We'll definitely get points.
Aye,
I'll yeah, we'll definitely get points. Whether it'll be enough, that's a $54,000 question.
aye,
I think we can compete.
I think so. Pot four teams: Slovan Bratislava. Um, they beat Midtjylland in qualifying to get to the Champions League, and a team that with all due respect, should be beaten quite comfortably, in my opinion. Now I
That's
know it's Celtic in Europe,
that's the
but
banker. That's
aye,
going to be the banker. If we
um,
don't win that, we should chuck it.
aye. Then you're the final pot four team, obviously Aston Villa. Probably shouldn't be anywhere near pot four, but that's how it works sometimes. But I don't really
They're
need to
only
say anything.
in top four because they've not been in Europe since 2009.
I don't really need to say it. Obviously it's
That,
Villa. Done all right in the Premier League last year. Emery's another one who knows what he's doing around Europe. But for me, it's they four home games and maybe Dinamo
Zagreb
Zagreb
away.
away that could potentially be the banker. To be honest, I'm not just going to say we're not going to get any of the other games, but I think it's especially places like the Signal Iduna Park and Villa Park, and we could maybe get something at Leipzig, but I think it's going to be quite difficult because I think Leipzig are a good
Well,
side as well.
I think if we get a point at home to Leipzig, we'll say job done because we've got three winnable home games after that.
Aye,
So
aye. But I think it's important that these games are vital, but we should be going out to try and win every game,
yeah,
and just make a better fist at this time because if we don't this time, I would honestly just give up in the Champions League at that point because
can I just say something on the Champions League in general? I just hope, Josh, that if we get a bad result, people don't lose their their minds basically because I really hope it would stick to the. You've got 8 games to get points to get in the top 24. That's the aim. That's the aim. So if we get a bad result, say against Dortmund away, don't lose your shit, to be honest, because you've got to be realistic. We're not going to win all 8 games as much as I'd love to do that. We're not going to do that. So let's just.
the only thing I would say about Dortmund, I think you're facing Dortmund at the right time. I think you're facing Dortmund in a bit of transit, and I don't know when the fixture's been announced because I
Yeah,
do
I
work
know.
on
That's what I
on
was
that.
going to say. Yeah.
But I think even this season, I think Dortmund are going to have a massive transition. Players like Hummels and Royce leaving is going to,
Have they lost a lot of players?
they've still got your Adiemis, your Malins, Matson obviously didn't wait to Villa obviously. Um, obviously Emre Chan that's still there, Matt Summers, Slaughterbeck, Kobel's still there. So they've still got the odd amount of players. Fulcrook's obviously left, he went to West Ham. So they've still got a fair few of their players, but I think the big players like your Marco Royces and Matt Summers, especially Matt Summers. I think Royce maybe wasn't playing a lot last season, but Matt Summers
Can I,
was playing a lot of games for Dortmund. So I think
can
that's
I, can I ask a question, Josh? It's
aye.
just breaking news. I'm sorry to put you in the spot here, but will we get a cut of the Odds and Edward fee?
I seen he was going to Leicester.
I'd be,
I
I'd
don't
be
know.
like,
I don't know if there was something in the deal.
oh, there would be, it's Pistol Pete you're talking about.
I know. I realised that. Well, probably will be something, and I don't see it being.
It depends what he's going for. If
I'm just,
it's,
I'm still listening. I'm just on Twitter hoping Celtic post something, man.
yeah, I
Um,
know. Well, it come on Sky about 5 minutes ago that Dundee have accepted the bid.
Dundee have put something up. Anybody's still up, so I don't know if that's the McKeown replacement. They're
Yeah,
saying let
I
McKeown sign.
Scott Fraser.
Um,
I know that name will not mean anything to you, but I seen it earlier. Scott Fraser was coming in to
but
replace.
aye, so I think we're just waiting on a report for Celtic that I do see it going ahead now.
You said 11:59, so
I did. I seen a few weeks ago. I'm glad we've got Engels in as well.
yeah. Well,
This was the
the,
point, man.
pho- the photos doing the rounds of him in Celtic Park, so that's been signed off. It's just a case, can we get McGowan over the line and announce two of them together? That's all, folks. Good night, type thing. But but and I know this isn't Celtic related, but it's just been announced that Raheem Sterling's very close.
Um,
So
we may as well. We've spoke about the Champions League. We may as well talk about the somewhat small matter of a derby at the weekend. Alistair, we've not really spoke about it as much, but
and I've enjoyed the fact we've not spoke about
uh,
it, Joyce, tell you the truth.
Alistair, what's your feelings ahead of the game Sunday? Obviously,
I hate being confident.
I
I
know.
really
I
do
think there's
hate
a
being
bit too much
confident.
overconfident. I don't like the overconfidence at times. I just think maybe
But
it's Do you feel
What I
like
will say, Josh, we're going into it in great shape, and we're the more settled team. I don't think anybody would deny that. And let's be completely honest, we've got a great chance to put distance between us. So let's grab it and really turn the screw on them, you know.
aye?
And by the way, I don't really care if we beat them 1-0 or 5-0. 3 points will do me. Obviously,
Aye,
I prefer the 5-0, but 1-0 will do me if if it comes to it.
I think it's, obviously it's gonna. I think after tonight, I think when the window hits, all attention will turn to it. I'm confident ahead of the game. I think we're in a really good shape. Started the season, we kind of ended the season, and we started in pre-season really well, and then we've kind of kept going season. And obviously we've lost Matt Rayleigh, which was a big loss, but I still think we're in really good shape. You know, we've brought in, as we've discussed, Trusty. You know, Engels is coming in, Luke McCowan's coming in, Alex Valley's obviously there, Michael. You know, so we brought players in. We've kind of saved the window, to be honest, at the last
Yeah,
minute.
we've kind of went arse over elbow with
Aye,
this window. But I think, to be honest, Josh, I mean, we are. I think we're stronger. We've got the potential to be stronger.
aye,
Because let's be honest, the whole, the whole, um, window we've said left centre back, left back, two midfielders if O'Reilly goes, and we've got Eden Bernardo as well, and Schmeichel. I'd say we're stronger, mate. Matt
aye,
O'Reilly is a blow, but you've signed a highly rated player to replace him, so you just need to trust in the process that the manager knows what he's doing. You need to back the manager on this, I think.
aye. I think we've spoke a lot about Brendan getting his players. That this is Brendan Rodgers' team now. Now
Yeah.
we need to, and um,
Now you're speaking, I'm going to check Twitter to see if
um,
anything's official yet.
but
But on you go, Josh.
it's we need to on Sunday we need to put a marker down. I think they've had a lot of pressure. Um, like the start of the season, obviously getting put out of the Champions League, and then just overall other things, also with the whole stadium stuff. And you know, I see I think they've signed an Albanian midfielder. I think they're signing that in
Yeah.
Dozie for Southampton. So, but I think we need to go about and do our business. As you said, I still think Rangers are dangerous. I still think, even though it's a derby at the end of the day, I think, but we need to go and we need to do our business. And if we play, if Celtic play at their best, Celtic win that game. I don't have any doubts because
Yeah.
we've got the better players at the moment, and I feel confident in saying that. I think Celtic will win. I think you know we'll. I think we've started off really well. You know, and I'm confident with the team that we've brought in. That we can go forward now and hopefully just play really good football because it looks a lot faster as we've said throughout the season, and I think it needs to continue. I think if we can get on Rangers early, I think we'll have a really good chance. Alistair, what would you do about the team, obviously, because it's been kind of a settled team throughout the season?
I would kind of. I think he'll play the team that started against St Mirren. I think he'll play it up front. Just because, and I'll explain why in a minute, because I think there's a weakness at centre half with, with, with Rangers at the minute, and I think Big Ed is going to do a
Aye,
Dembele and maybe no score a hat trick, but I think he'll score on Sunday, I do.
aye. Just an update on Luke McCown. Anthony Joseph said we've agreed a £1 million deal. It's understood to 26. He's actually 26. Who has
Doesn't he turn 27th of December?
is also verbally agreed on a long-term contract. They're just finalising paperwork, so I'd imagine that'd be done pretty
That's
much.
going to be announced the same time as Engels, guarantee it.
Aye. Um, but I
Can I
think
just say, can I have a rant about Celtic TV? I think no putting the interview with Trusty up on YouTube is a massive own goal, folks. And
we
they've
do it all
only
the time.
they've only let subscribers
Aye,
listen to
they
it,
do it all the time.
which I
Aye, do
think
it.
is really poor.
Ben Dokes away to Middlesbrough. See. But I think going back to the derby, I think it's important that Celtic put down a marker. But look, for me, the team, I think if I was to go a team lineup now, I'd go um, obviously Schmeichel and goal with Johnston, Scales. I don't see Trusty playing.
No, it wouldn't be
Um,
fair.
Scales, Carter Vickers, Greg Taylor. I still see Greg Taylor playing. Midfield, I think Hatate McGregor. I don't know about Engels, and I'll tell you why. Now, I know the game's quite soon, but we are spending a lot of money on this guy. So, surely you'd want him to play some part. I'm not saying from the start, but for me, I still think Bernardo's going to play because he's not really going to be up to speed with the team. I think,
I'm hoping, Josh. I'm hoping beyond hope that we can be comfortable and then bring Trusty and Engels on.
aye,
That's what I'm hoping. And just because, and just be, but I wouldn't start them because if you start them and they're off the pace, they'll get the blame for it. It's
aye.
a
So I
fact.
think my midfield would probably be Bernardo, Hatate, McGregor. The front three, I think, would be Maeda. Yeah. Um,
You're really,
Do you know
you're
what?
really.
I think with his record, you can't go back. You can't go past Kyogo. He's not had the best start this season. I completely understand that. But for me, Kyogo has to. Ida can still play a part. Um, but I think for me, Kyogo I would start up front. I think Forrest will play it out in the right. I think it's a kind of flip between Kuhn and Forrest. But I think Forrest seems to go off about 60 minutes. I've noticed. So I don't know. I would
See,
rather play Forrest for the start.
I think I think Kuhn's a certainty to play, and I'll tell you why.
There we go. Time for a deadline day unique angle. There he's there.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. 4 minutes
I,
ago, Celtic are delighted to confirm this of higher rated Belgian midfielder Arne Engels on a 4-year deal, subject to international clearance. Right, part the chat because I only spoke of him. Alistair, it's official. What you make about it?
delighted, mate. I was kind of expecting a 5-year deal, but let's be honest. 5 or 4 year deal is probably only going to be here for half that time if he's as good. But I'm delighted, mate, and I just hope he is what he says in it. I just hope I've got one worry, Bengals, that that was it's a lot of pressure on a 20-year-old lad, but I'm pretty sure they'll do the business for us.
I don't really see the pressure thing because it's a big feat of us, but I don't really think that's a big feat in terms of European football. And
As
he's
for a
not been.
20-year-old lad,
Is it really though? If you look at European, you've got 20-year-olds coming for 30, 40 million. So I'm not
uh,
really. It's a big fee for Celtic. I'm not denying that, but um, it's
they're probably right.
I'm not really worried. I think he's played in the Bundesliga, which is about 10 times better league in this league now. I know that doesn't
Right,
mean
we'll
he's
get
going
4 minutes. I wonder if you'll get 10:59, Josh.
right. If I get 10:59, you're away to the Celtic show. Get me a jelly tap with McGowan on the back. Yeah. No, but I'm delighted with the signing. I think it's brilliant. When we first linked to him, that was the guy that I thought that's the Matarella replacement there. Skeptical if we were going to get him, but I'm
Yeah.
absolutely
You
delighted.
want the Bundesliga, so and
Aye,
you see that league's class. And congratulations, Arne, for for putting the wind up Big Phil's um, Big Phil's bahookie already. So
aye,
you've no, but I think to be honest, Josh, we didn't want Matt O'Reilly to go, but we wanted a statement
aye.
signing, and
We've
we've
replaced
got
him
it.
with a potential, a statement at a signing. We'll obviously see how he gets on, but I've got absolutely no doubt. He's just get called out the Belgium national team.
It's on Sky Sports News.
Um,
Celtic sign Arne Engels for club record £11 million.
but I'm delighted with Arne Engels. But I think it's overall a good signing, and I think it just kind of puts a wee bit with the window. I think the window was at the start was terrible. Let's not beat around the bush about it. But
Yeah, it's been ages ago since we signed Casper's Michael.
to be fair, we've pushed for this player. We've pushed for Trusty. I think Brendan's been calling a lot of the shots, and that's what should be happening.
And that's
Um,
I like it, to be fair.
um, but I'm absolutely delighted with that signing.
Yeah.
Back to briefly Derby just
I'm
before.
loving Engels instead. I
Aye.
had to do that.
Um,
Bad I know, bad I know. But
back to the Derby. Who would you play?
well,
Out the right hand side.
I'm slightly different to you. I'd play Kun because Jeffrey's not the best defender in the world.
Aye, true. I think it's kind of flip of a coin, really. Who you're playing on that right hand side. Um, but I think the team kind of picks itself because we've not really had any bumps, so I think it kind of picks itself. And um, I think,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I may as well cut because we might not speak again until obviously the game kicks off. Which are score predictions?
3-1.
I'm saying 3-1 as well. I think I don't believe in on this. I'll be 5-1. I'm not that bad.
I hope
Let's.
it is. I hope
I
it is. but uh, but I'm gonna make a prediction. Let's have a bit of fun with that, right? Right. What what will
I
Todd Clattenwell be doing on Sunday?
oh, forget about him. I'm not bothered about him. Man. He's gone.
Yeah, well, thanks for the memories, Todd.
It's 2 minutes past 11, so hopefully I'm assuming Luke McKeown will be done. I'm just kind of
They can sign a sheet that gives them an extra hour. So, so, and then
aye.
as long as they say everything's agreed. So, don't panic, folks.
Aye,
We will get them. Why am I saying that? It's no live. We've got them, folks.
I know. It's not live, man. We'll get me
Got
a follows and we go live,
got
but
Sky Sports News there.
aye, obviously, if you add that to the window we brought in Schmeichel, Sinisalo, Engels, Bernardo, Ida, so McKeown probably is coming in.
Uh,
Trusty's been brought in,
okay.
Valley's been brought in, so
That's
it's it doesn't.
7 players.
I think 7 or 8. I think we'll McKeown will, I think probably about 7. I think is there.
Aye.
Um, but I'm not saying this window can't
Um,
happen. I'm not saying who we've signed right, but this panicking can it can it happen again?
if you
It's
just look at the window, it's actually been alright.
aye,
Um, it's
but
actually been okay.
we need to be identifying because we shouldn't have had that spell in July when we just what we didn't. I honestly got to the point. What are we doing? But I think Brent. I don't. I think Brendan Rodgers has got a lot to do with this, and I think he's basically. I go back to the thing at Hibs when he brought in Mikey Johnson. I think that's him saying to him, the board. What do you want me?
Look
I
what
say,
I'm having to put on here.
aye,
Aye, aye, definitely, mate. And I completely agree with you. And we have to say, um, we have to say grudgingly well done, and well done to the guy outside St Martin Park that told the board to
aye,
move the proverbial. And because people can say, "Oh, that is wrong," that's frustration. And to be fair, the guy took a lot of stick for that, Josh.
okay.
But he's fine what he's saying.
No, it's
All
fans are
right, he went the
frustrated
wrong way about it. But it's,
because
but,
people like fans of opposition clubs may say, "Well, you win all these leagues and that." Yes, that's fine, but when they openly brag at AGMs about the no, I'm not going to rant about the board because I'll give them their dues. They've brought in the players. They've brought in Arne Engels. I think if Brendan Rodgers is not here, Arne Engels does not happen. Personally, I
yes,
think he.
completely agree.
But you know, we need to be doing our business a lot swifter than this.
Totally.
I know it's brilliant to wait to the last day, but I just everybody
I,
was in.
I preferred it when Ange was here.
Aye.
when,
Um,
when you were buying for the first day and you could watch everybody else sweat, to be honest.
aye.
But that's just me, Josh.
But the thing is, that the thing is, this needs to be a change in the guard kind of now. This needs to be a change in how we do things at club. No, this 7 players at £1 million or £2 million, and hope that one works. You bring in a player like Engels for maybe a 10, £11 million, who gets right in there, slots in there, has got potential as well. So
Yeah,
there's not a problem for me, with that.
yeah, definitely, pal. And it worked it out. We've actually spent £32 million
Aye,
and we've
aye.
bought in,
I think 37 were brought in, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Maybe more than that.
it will be more than that because I'm guessing you've got although I don't know if a lot has been signed or no.
I don't know what's happening with that, and I did see. I've not really heard much else after that, but aye, but I think it's we've 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 and the thing is, Celtics we've still made a profit, and I don't mind Celtic making a wee profit, but it's when we're making 25 million profit every season. You can still bring quality in
Yeah,
and make a profit. It's no dot.
and let's
No,
hope this is a turning of the needle, Josh.
it
Let's hope
needs to
they've
be.
finally learned. I mean, £11 million signings. Yeah, I'm pleased. Because quite frankly, Josh, I never thought I'd see it. To be
And
honest.
like, because I remember speaking to people when Arne Engels was first like, and it was all like, "Oh, no way, Celtic, he's a wonder kid, he's high rated, no way." And I kind of agreed with him, but and I thought, right, go and prove us wrong, and I think that's what they've done. Um, so obviously
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
good, but I think we've kind of covered everything, pretty much. And,
therefore, and what I would say, Josh, is this: please welcome to all the new boys, and I'm glad, and I may be wrong here, but I am delighted the transfer window is
it's shut.
shut.
We can just go on
I
with it
don't know
now. I
about
think.
you, Josh, but I found it very stressful.
I think it's good we can just go on with it now, really, and kick on. But
Yeah.
I think we've covered kind of everything. We covered the Champions League, and we covered obviously transfers. Arne Engels is now a Celtic player. Luke McCown probably will follow, but I can't record for much longer, to be honest. And
No, no.
obviously we
Welcome,
discussed.
welcome to the club. Luke McGowan and the Engels, um, and Valley and who's the other one, Josh? Trusty. That's
Aye,
terrible. We've down to men in the last couple of days
Aye.
that man in the last couple of days I couldn't remember who was what. But no fair play, but I don't want to ever go through that again. I
No,
really
it
don't.
needs to change. But that's got a bit for this episode of the podcast. We'll be back on Sunday for post match reaction where we're hopefully talking about a Glasgow Derby win for Celtic. Until then, speak to you later and hail hail.
Hell, hell, hell.